know that it's been a while since I last created a video. And it's more because, I don't know, as a parent at times, sometimes it's just hard across the board to want to film and create content. But this video is just going to be pretty much very brief, and all I'm going to really talk about is more of not just about how I've been feeling, but about just life across the board. So, I have been wanting to create videos for a while now, and it's just been so hard to create a video because either one, I'm either too tired or too exhausted, and I don't want to film any video where my energy is not where it needs to be, so that when I create this video, I'm inspiring you and motivating you, because that's always what is my ideal plan, and it's what I want to do. But like, today is Saturday and I am here at work. I decided to come in because financially I have to come to work, right? My oldest is getting ready to go to college. She has been in college for the summer, so she was taking some summer courses, but now she's getting ready to actually move in for the next 4 to 5 months. And I have to prepare myself for her by making sure that I have the money to be able to get her all of the things that she needs for college, as well as I have 2 younger children who are getting ready to start school for September, who will need uniforms, book bags. We all know how that works, because a lot of us who are watching, let's say my video for instance, are people who have children. So I'm pretty much trying to prepare myself for what is to come, and to be honest with you, I am dreading it, because I feel like for the next few weeks I am going to be overwhelmed as I feel now. And it's like I've been praying about it, asking God for guidance, but that's one part of it. And what I will tell you is that I will add the link to my daughter's Amazon wish list in case someone is actually interested in wanting to support me and wanting to support my daughter during her college phase. I will add her Amazon wish list in the comments below. But I wanted to create this video just as a storyline to a lot of us who are looking for work and don't know where to start, right? So I have been in the medical field for the past 18 years, and I will not tell you that everything has been easy peasy. It has not. I first started at the age of, I'll say 18, with no high school diploma. And I started working first in McDonald's, and then I started working in a physical therapy office as a physical therapist aide. And from there, I pretty much grew. I started with physical therapist aide through the same physical therapy company. From there, I followed and I became a secretary, which it was considered front desk in the past. So I was a front desk, and then eventually I did become the office manager of that same physical therapy facility. And of course, this is not because of the fact that I didn't have a degree or I didn't have a high school diploma. I always got shortchanged, so I never got paid my actual worth. And then prior to me leaving that physical therapy company, and that was in 2015, I was doing the marketing director position, which I didn't do for that long because I don't know, personally, I don't feel comfortable with going to other practices as primary care offices, internal medicine offices, cardiology, and providing them a business cards, and letting them know about the physical therapy office in case they want to refer patients to our practice. So that was a whole lot. All of that happened at 2015. 2 months or 3 months before that, before I even decided that I no longer wanted to work for them, I went and I took my GED. So that was in 2014. So in 2014, I took my GED. I had just had my son, so my son was about 5 to 6 months old. And I was just like, I don't think it's the right time to take this test because 1, I don't feel ready for it. But 2, I have already taken this test so many times and I have failed it. So it's like, Lord, my heart, and I really want to get this GED so that I can be able to get into working in a hospital, right? So I took my GED, that was in November of 2014, and I never checked my results because in my head, I took the test and I actually felt like I failed it. And I'm the type of person that even though I already felt that I did bad, I don't want to check my results. I'll just wait and see when I get that piece of paper in the mail. And I remember that was sometime around Christmas time of 2014 that I opened the mailbox, and then I see that I got the GED transcript. So I just looked at it and I just said, oh, filled again. But then I didn't open the envelope. I just grabbed the envelope and put it in the light so that I can see if it was a certificate. And it actually was. So I ended up passing my GED. So once I passed it, I already felt like I couldn't continue to be comfortable where I was. So I decided that it was in February of 2015. I lost my aunt. She had passed away, and I just felt like I needed a fresh start. And then I was like, you know what? I want to join the medical industry. I wanted to work in the hospital. That's been forever. That has always been my dream. But things were getting a little weird at work. So I said, you know what? Let me take this time to give myself a breather and try to take a break and figure out what's my next move. I ended up looking online and looking for a temporary agency that were hiring, because I don't know if there's a lot of temp agencies that work inside of hospitals. What they do is they get a contracted rate. Don't get me wrong, you will not get paid the same amount as someone who actually works for the hospital, but you'll make half. And again, if you're someone who just want to get in, just test the waters, I will always recommend try through a temp agency. And when you do work in a hospital, do your best. Don't act as if, yes, I came from the temp agency and this is all it is. No, it's not. Because I came in from a temp agency and eventually I was offered a position within the facility where I was working at. So I can tell you that when you do something with your whole heart, and I get it, sometimes the staff who work in the hospital could be very nasty and they're not very helpful, but don't go based on anyone else. Just do your best to learn what you can and be close to those that can potentially help you get in. I was offered a position and I was like, oh my God, this is great. And I ended up not taking it because I ended up joining Northwell. So I joined Northwell. The pay was, of course, not as great. I had to pay for insurance, and Northwell was not bad. I actually had a great experience with Northwell. And I stood there for about 4 months, and then I got a call from New York Presbyterian to work there, but it was going to be a night shift. And during that time, I'm already a mother with 2 children. And I was like, oh, you know, me, I was willing to do it as long as my dad will like me out in a way. I wanted him to hold the children down. Meanwhile, I go to work at night. But then my dad's like, you know, Mom, you're a woman. You have to be there for your children. I don't think that's ideal. And initially, I took the offer. And then I got a call from the hospital that I work for now. And they were offering me a position during the day. And the pay was going to be less than what New York Presbyterian was offering me. And I ended up taking the job where I'm working at now. And of course, it was less at the beginning, but I'll tell you how God works. So I still signed off, and I ended up letting Presbyterian that I was not taking a job. They ended up flagging me. So even after that, I tried applying for jobs, and my application automatically dropped. But I ended up coming to the hospital where I work for, and I had, you know, then they told me, hey, you know, we the wrong paper to sign. That's not your correct salary. This is it. So they gave me a second paper, and I was like, oh my God, this is so much more than what I was expecting. And she was like, yeah, it was a mistake on our behalf, but yes, I need you to sign this. So I ended up signing it. But again, this is how just God works. God made sure that like everything much aligned for me. And I started as a senior clerk. From a senior clerk, I was working in a place where I was not too happy, but I always, even after I got the permission and position, and I applied for, and I passed my probation, I waited for like the mark, and I said, you know what, I'm going to start applying for other positions so that I can get out of here, because the environment for me at that time was very toxic, not something that I wanted to deal with. But, you know, me there for 2 years, and then I ended up where I am today. And the position that I am in today, I've been in this position for the past 8 years. And don't get me wrong, I don't want anyone to think that I have been very comfortable or very complacent. No, I have not. But what I will tell you is that I have interviewed at, you know, outside of this hospital, and I have gotten offers. But a lot of the offers that I was receiving was way less than what I'm making now. So, you know, get it. It's good to, you know, want to branch out and start somewhere new. Is to do it. but wasn't willing to take the risk because, again, I have 3 children who solely depend on me, on my income, and I could not allow my income to go down. So I said, you know what, let me stay strong, let me hold it off. And instead, like, I was also starting to get, like, not with my current role or my current position. And I just been, you know, talking to God about it, and I was telling God, like, you're here for a reason. I'm not too sure as to why, but, you know, just praying for better days. And this is a word of advice that I'm gonna give a lot of people, and then I'll call this video quit because I don't want it to be too long. A lot of us are in positions where we're not happy in, and we tend to let that rub off on us, and we either treat patients bad, or we don't care about what we do. We always end up calling out sick or taking vacation time because we're unhappy. And I get it because it has happened to me, so I know what you're feeling, and I can pretty much speak on that. And what I will tell you, that ever since I've been reading the Bible, and, you know, in a position, like, I wanted to work in the medical industry. So God put me in this position, and I just felt like if I'm gonna give it my all, let me do it with like, God in me, He's within me. So let me do it the way God will do it. And actually started getting better in my life the minute I started, like, doing what I said I was supposed to do. I'm in this field. Patients, they need assistance, they need help. Some patients, they can be nasty at times, right? And you don't want to deal with them. You don't want to interact with them. But you always have, no matter how you feel, you have to give people the best energy that you can give them. And that is something that I have been working in molding in the department where I am currently in right now. Because a lot of people sometimes tend to think about that it's only about the money, but then a lot of us are really miserable inside. So if you're in a position or you're in a job where you're not too happy, give it your all. Either you like management or not. Either people agree with you to disagree with you. Either people treat you bad, or people say nasty things about you, or people don't like you. Who cares? God put you in that position for a reason. So what I want you to do, and I promise you this will work for you and you will thank me later, is that when you go to work on Monday, give your job the best energy that you can, not just on Monday. And I mean this every day. Go to work, be happy, have a smile, no matter what is going on in your life. Always remember, just be faithful, be obedient. And believe me when I tell you that God will open doors that you don't even expect. They will happen randomly. And then when they open up, you'll be here and you will tell me in my comments how this video has impacted you and has actually helped you be where you are now, which will technically be in a different position where you are today because of your obedience and because you didn't have to kiss anyone's behind to prove that you know that you're doing and that you're passionate about it and why you're doing it. So I want to thank you for watching this video for as long as you have, and I know that it's been a while since I posted a video, but I promise you I'll be back. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.